Hey y'all, this is Bree Bagwell with OnlyVans, and before we dive into my Bree cap, we just heard that we're in the top 10% of all podcasts. You heard that right. This little operation that started with just me and Kyle has distribution through the Bluegrass situation and is picking up steam. We have a big goal to get to the top 5% of all podcasts this year, and you can really help us out by liking, subscribing, and sharing wherever you listen. Thank you so much. Today I talked to brothers Stewart and Garrett Mann, who make up the Statesboro Revue, REVUE. And their voices are really similar when they talk, but they're very different, and their brotherly banter is adorable. Stewart is a lead singer and plays guitar, and Garrett plays lead guitar and sings harmony. And occasional lead if you're lucky enough to catch that at a live show. You can tell we've been buddies for over a decade, and I loved talking to them about the all-star local New Braunfels softball team that they put together. And I mean all-star as in musician lineup, not necessarily that they were as successful on the field as you'll hear. The brothers starred in a Buddy Holly theater production, and I then tell them a story about a cricket because Buddy Holly's band was called the Crickets. Garrett is also in a band Timberwild with my friend Bo Brumble. Statesboro's new album is a self-titled, really cool collection of songs. Please go check it out and give them a follow. As of this recording, they've got some shows all around Texas. It's STATESBORORevue.com. And sorry that Garrett cusses in here, Mama Bagwell. Enjoy. Hey there, this is Bree Bagwell with OnlyVans, and we all know that vinyls are back, baby. Well, they have been for a long time, actually, and my friends at Hand Drawn Pressing have got you covered. They just finished up a reprint of my vinyls, and they really walk you through the entire process. I picked out a different vinyl color for this run, and they're red and black. Oh my gosh. They offer so many color options, and you can also put in inserts in the vinyl jackets or download cards. They can make your customized vinyl dreams come true. They pay for themselves so quickly, it's insane, and their turnaround time is quite impressive, if I do say so myself. Also, they were at my show the other day, like we're friends in real life. How cool is that? They're a Texas-based independent plant helping artists help themselves. Get your vinyl manufactured in the USA by my friends at Hand Drawn Pressing. You won't regret it. Tell them Bree and Whiskey sent you. Go to handdrawnpressing.com for all the info and check out their awesome content on Instagram. Their handle is at handdrawnrecords. Hey, OnlyVans listeners, this is Bree Bagwell, and I want to invite y'all to join me August 14th through 17th in Red River, New Mexico, my home state, for 8750 Festival 2025. This boutique festival features 3 nights and 3 days of outstanding musical performances across 4 venues, alongside a barbecue cook-off, a CASI red chili cook-off, a state championship green chili cook-off. This is after my heart, y'all. This year's lineup is stacked, and there are no overlapping shows, so you don't have to miss one single note. 3-day passes are on sale now, and they are expected to sell out. The 3-day pass gets you into every show Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it includes 2 full meals and a discounted lift ticket to get you up to Music on the Mountain on Sunday. You can get tickets to sign up to compete in a cook-off and learn more over at their website, 8750festival.com, 8750festival.com. You can use coupon code ONLYVANS, that's all caps and no space at checkout to save $10 off of your 3-day passes. Once again, go to 8750festival.com, get your tickets, and join me for an incredible weekend. I feel like when I'm dead sober is when I mess up everything.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
I can't think of words, or I can't.
Yeah. Kind of like overthink whenever you're, kind of the same way. Yeah.
Not that this podcast is about me, but...
but we like to know things about you, too.
What you got? Come on.
We like to know things
what you got? Come on.
Prepare to be amazed by this story. One time I was playing golf with Jody Booth, and...
Hey everybody, this is Bree Bagwell, and this is my podcast, OnlyVans, where I talk to my friends in my van.
Are you really coaching? What is this you're talking
Coaching,
about?
it's a professional baseball team.
He is a
And by professional, I mean 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
What is it?
2 teams.
Fantasy baseball?
What is it? Oh, yeah.
You're a coach? Yeah, I'm a fantasy coach.
I'm a fantasy coach.
Garrett and Paul were on a softball team together.
I was on the team.
He was on that team.
Oh, that's right.
I recruited the team. I put the team together.
Shows how memorable.
I knew that.
You went to some of the games.
To the game, dude.
She forgot that I was
She's
there.
purposely.
Bree, I know the
purposely
game you
doing
came
this.
to. I showed out. I went like 3 for 4. I did it all for you, and you don't remember.
No, I totally remember.
You don't remember me after each hit, looking back and pointing to you.
I think that was my favorite thing I ever said. She goes, "Yeah, hey, Stewart. By the way, did you know that Garrett and Paul were on the baseball team together?"
We did.
No. I remember.
I specifically remember we locked eyes, and you put your hand up like a high five in the air, and I did it to you.
Dude.
I was drinking alcohol with
In the
Ashley
stands.
in the stands.
I know.
And there was like someone brought snacks, like someone brought popsicles one time. Like,
Yes.
As it.
But you guys were losing all the time.
We
Yeah.
won the first game.
The first game that
by
no
a
one
lot,
went
wasn't
to.
there.
and we thought we were going to be really good, and then it turns out that we were playing against a lot of former college players. So apparently, like the competitive league is maybe not our bag, but playing with musicians on the road for that long, I picked the Tuesday league. It was like a Tuesday league.
We thought it was going to be like a bunch of scrubs.
People were
like,
gone
we
all
can-
the time.
We can hang.
Like
Yeah,
how many
no
of
one
our
was there.
friends are not in town on Tuesdays? A lot of them. They're always gone.
I know. Well, you had Sunshine from Shane Smith.
Yes.
And like Paul was gone a lot.
Drew, Josh,
Drew and Josh. Oh, they were on
yes,
it?
yeah.
They only came to
I
like
saw
2 or
Josh
3
one
games.
time.
Yeah.
Dallas played one game. Stephen Marcus played one game.
Yep.
Who
I
else?
loved it. It was very like, oh, this is camaraderie. And then the one time it was like 40 to 1 or something,
Yeah.
40 to 0.
Dude.
But the guys, they were all serious over there. They were
40 to 0.
stretching. The other team, they were like stretching. And then turns out they've all been playing baseball together since they were children.
Yes.
Yeah. No, they were all.
No, we talked to one team. They were like, we asked them at the end of the game. We're like, it was like Drew or Josh. They were like, hey, okay, now how about we do a song swap and see what's up? Like,
Yeah. Let's play some music.
You
and
guys
see
played
who
college
wins.
baseball,
Yeah.
but how about we pull out some guitars and find out how,
I
But dude,
remember him saying that. So I must have been there.
We were walking in the cars, and then one of the guys was like, "Hey, dude, what are y'all doing in the competitive league?" Dude?
yeah.
We're like, "Thanks, dude." He's like, "No, for real. These are all college, like former, and they're all like 25, so they just got through playing."
That's what I
college
said.
ball.
They were like, oh, yeah, we played at Texas State 2 years ago. And I'm like, what?
No, they all played college
What are you
baseball.
talking
And they've
about?
been
Never
playing
had a
together for
chance.
20
Yes.
years.
Yes.
Never had a chance.
Yeah.
Except for our first game when we won. We were like, dude, we're gonna win the championship.
It was really cute because I
We got,
remember.
Eric Middleton, like he was.
I know.
We got,
Middleton was on.
who he
it.
did it, like they gave us hats, like we were living it up.
We had
I
some nice
hats.
I had
Jerseys.
Yes,
We had
jerseys.
some nice jerseys.
What were we called? The Dirty Baggers.
Dirty Baggers.
That was a great name too. God, we had it all.
We had a strong team.
We had a strong.
We had a
You gotta
strong
bring
team.
it back because it was very fun to go see everybody on Tuesday. Not that I remember clearly, but the Tuesdays are like my Saturdays.
Not everybody.
Yeah.
Not
So
Stewart.
I was
True.
like, I think Ashley and I went to happy hour one time. Like me and
Yeah.
Ashton went to happy hour for sure one time
Yeah.
before the game. So
Yeah.
we weren't really paying attention. But you guys had the cutest cheering section. I will say that.
For sure.
Yeah, we looked good, and
I
we
think
had
we
a
had
good
the only cheering section. Like nobody else had anybody show up.
I'm so glad. But it is funny too to see your friends run. Like
Because
never
you
in my
never
life-
know
Just
until they
run.
actually do, and you're like,
In
that's
general?
what he looks like when he runs.
I've seen you on a stage 1,000 times, but I've never seen you run.
I've
Weird.
never seen Drew Campbell
Yes, yeah,
run.
yeah,
But
yeah.
usually it's exactly how you think that they would look whenever they run. You're like, yep, that's what I thought.
You both are very athletic.
Thank you.
Bo is athletic-ish,
Yeah.
but Paul's
Brumble-
really
oh,
athletic.
man,
but
I
he like
felt-
pulled a muscle running.
Yes.
Paul had, dude, you know, Dustin had a few. Dustin's, he was playing. He had
Yeah.
some good games. Schaefer, Middleton is a good ball player.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Like, I think
Mitchell
it's like
was diving everywhere.
we don't really
Yeah.
know. We only
Yeah,
hang in a
Mitchell.
certain environment with our friends, musicians, but we don't ever know like what they did prior to getting into music. And so if it turns out Drew played like college baseball or something,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
which is crazy. I know.
Oh, he was a pitcher.
Yeah. He's a pitcher.
Oh, he
so-
looks like a pitcher.
Yeah,
He
he's
does.
a big tall
Yeah, he
guy.
does.
Yeah. Okay. She wants
They're huge.
She wants the blanket now.
Come on.
Whiskey.
Come on.
Wait. Also, who has the
Come
nice
here.
truck out there, and what money are you making from that we aren't making? Is
Uh,
it from
yeah, exactly.
coaching?
It's from
Exactly.
coaching.
His
Yeah.
coaching salary.
Yeah, the coach is the coaching pool. It's really we got like these. It's like you heard of NIL for college. They have something like that for
was one of
for
your-
little league coaches.
That was one of your demands.
And I just
right?
happened to draw the right straw.
Yeah, you said I'm not coaching this team unless you give me this truck.
I intentionally drafted like the rich kid on my team, and so that way his parents bought me a truck. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
I know you're getting paid under the table
Yeah,
to play
yeah.
Bryson
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Develop my son.
yeah.
Develop Bryson.
Great
or
name
else.
too, Bryson. You know it.
Well, I was listening to Steve Trevino's, and he has a bit about a Bryson on a
Yeah.
little league team.
Yeah.
So,
It's
and I was
perfect.
just interviewing him, and I was immediately, because he's so great. I'm such a fan,
Yeah.
and like I'm such a fan of y'all, but we're like homies. So I
Yeah.
immediately was like,
Right.
"Woo!" I'm a
Relaxed
little more
now? Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah.
So thanks for being here, because
course.
all of our text messages from the past like 2 years have been you guys being mad that I haven't had you on my podcast.
Pod.
Yeah.
So
pod.
the podcast.
pod?
Pod.
To be
pod?
fair, I have asked you multiple times to be on the podcast, but you are busy people,
Yeah.
and
True.
you wanted to come as a package.
So are you. We're all busy. I mean, it's just awesome
I
to.
wanted to actually come like just solo. Like I wanted to make sure that the first time I'm on it was just by myself.
I actually do come often, and I just stand outside
But
waiting for the invite
Stewart
in, but it just hasn't ever
he just
happened.
he shows up. He's in the background.
There we go.
I wish.
There we go.
And you guys know that this podcast isn't really about normal stuff. However, I did just listen to your record, and I wanted to talk about it, even though that's like not what we normally do. But congratulations on your brand new self-titled release. So it came out. What would
Thank
that
you.
date have been? If
28th of February.
right?
Last
On
week?
Co-Wetzel
Yeah,
Day.
literally. Yeah. Oh, it is Co-Wetzel Day. Yeah. We did it intentionally. That was on purpose.
Co,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
Just
And
for
who designed that album cover, and how many drugs were they doing?
Quite a bit, quite a few. Too many to list, but yeah, we had a. It's
There were, like,
basically
multiple takes or multiple inputs.
it's multiple people using multiple platforms combined with a little bit of AI and some apps.
Really?
And some other things,
And it
some
turned out-
substances.
Yeah, it turned out really cool.
It's so cool.
Thank you.
And it matches the vibe of the record really well. So that's interesting that you said that it's a bunch of different things, because it feels like
It is.
It
It's
feels like
like-
someone listened to it and then they made
And
that.
then made it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
like all the
Yeah.
different colors were from like different inputs. I mean, just but yeah, it's really trippy. It's really trippy too.
It's super trippy.
It's funny. It's hilarious because we've had so many people that have asked, like, or have commented, like, this is the best album cover or best design that you guys have ever had. And it's funny that it's like basically just a combination of digital things that you could grab from anyone could do it technically, if you had the eye, I guess, or the vision for it. And so it's hilarious because we had one guy we told that to like last week, and he goes, "Oh, so you spent all this money all these years for designs, and you could have had it for free? Like if you'd have just waited to start recording music in 2025, and you save a little bit of money." And then Bob Driver,
Oh, interesting.
Bob's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be out of business and very shortly." Yeah.
No,
Never,
Bob.
never, Bob.
Bob's one of the
Never.
best.
No, because the artists of the world would there's something unique about
The human element,
the human element.
Just like
of it.
songwriting.
for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
I tried to use AI for design one time just for fun, and then it came back and I was like, and then I said, add eyelashes, and it added the most ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy.
And
nowadays
then-
what,
I know.
what it can add.
I'm like, add a chihuahua. I mean, it was kind of like like my robot was like,
right, it's weird. It's like weird looking.
That day.
three arms or something.
Yeah.
like-
yeah, it was not a good.
No, it's definitely weird. I feel like the AI world, it's all about prompts and how you talk to it. But I was telling him,
Stewart's an AI professional.
Yeah,
I use it all the time. I use it all the time for all my businesses. Like I use AI for a ton of stuff. But it's funny because I catch myself feeling really bad when I shoot them down. Like you're talking about. Like you're like, no, try again.
Yeah.
Add eyelashes. No.
Right.
So I'm always like, thank you, please. Can you please redo that?
I say
And
please do
you-
it
you do?
too.
Dude, you're gonna start talking to people like you
Please.
talk to AI.
Oh, please. Can you try a
add-
different design, please?
Add different design.
Well, I just feel like that over time, whoever this AI person is,
is this guy?
Who is this guy? Eventually, he's gonna get like so tired of rejection.
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
get
get
really
really
tired.
angry.
Take over.
Yeah, take
Mad,
over.
dude.
Yes.
The world. Yeah, it's like my
No
mom
one says
when
please. No one says thank you. That's it. I'm out.
There is this guy. He sings and he says please.
Yeah.
Be more like Garrett and Stewart Mann. Maybe that's what it's gonna be. Well, not. I'm
Nice.
looping you into
Nice.
like I'm looping him into your
Of course.
niceness.
I like
it.
I shouldn't have done that.
I like it.
No, you
But
can.
maybe you guys are very different, but also you look very similar. But you without. I mean,
Dude,
today
we-
you
dude.
did a good job of.
Looking different.
We were trying to look different today on purpose. No, Stewart.
I have to tell you, I shaved
Just
today.
now,
I
in
just
his
shaved,
truck.
but I missed some hairs. So in your driveway, I did the most redneck thing ever. I cannot make this up. I might still be bleeding. I missed some hairs, so
Oh,
I don't
I
have
see
a
it.
razor in my truck. So I used a
Oh, yeah.
so I used a pocket knife, which I've never done, and I cut myself. Of course I did. In the driveway.
Dude, you're supposed to go like across. You're not supposed to go with the blade.
I mean, It was bleeding for a good while. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you guys were running behind because I had to just like hold it. Like, come on, please tell me this is gonna
Almost
stop.
got
bleeding.
your jugular.
Eventually.
Dude, almost close
That is
call.
so funny because I shaved these little ankle parts right here. I was on my way to go to film with Steve Trevino, and he's like a professional comedian, and so usually I would have just left it, but I thought if there's anyone that's going to make fun of me publicly,
he's
going to
call out
be
your
Steve.
ankle hairs.
He's going to call out my ankle hair. So I was like, Kyle, I'm on my way, and I was like shaving this tiny portion of my legs. Anyway,
That's what you expect though from
Do you normally
comedians.
start with your ankle parts first?
I think what happens is that I'm in a hurry. I have it's a long way down there.
Okay.
So when I go, I feel like I have the mentality of I'm getting 75%
Right,
of it.
just like a quick
it's all
little,
good.
quick
But
little
it's
patch.
not all good because this is the part that
It
shows.
shows. Yeah,
so I
yeah,
need
true.
to adjust my mentality.
That
Right,
needs to be the
right.
most important
The
part.
Which is the hardest part to shave, obviously, is where there's a bunch of bones.
All the
You should
bones
get
and
some
stuff.
ankle mirrors. And like,
Yeah, dude. Ask AI
like-
if you. You can buy some through AI.
my ankle mirrors are showing me that there's still a few stragglers.
Or laser hair removal.
Oh.
This podcast is sponsored by ankle-laser-hair-removal.com. And
We've all tried it and it works.
and next podcast we all
Have you thought about that
everything
though?
goes
I
up.
actually
Zoom
have
in
looked
on our-
into our cousin. You know that about Brian? Like he had the laser hair removal on his back hair,
Did not know that.
and apparently it's amazing.
You know that about
did
Brian.
not.
Yeah,
know,
you don't
did
know that
not
about Brian?
He didn't even say what it was first. He's like, you know that about Brian, right?
You've been to the lake with Brian a million times. You just thought that magically he's an old man that doesn't
dude, I
have
didn't
hair.
know. I mean, not everyone has crazy back hair, dude.
Oh, anyway.
I think back
let me
hair.
check. Let me see.
so.
Totally.
It worked for him. I have back
You
hair,
have
dude. I
definitely
know.
have some
I
back
definitely have some.
I've seen a lot of your.
So
your back.
anyway, the point is that I've looked into it for myself recently.
Do you?
Anyway, Brian.
Do you have back hair?
Yes,
I have
you
a-
do.
No, I don't. I have
Prove
a
it.
couple of.
Just kidding.
I have a couple of stragglers.
Okay.
But I don't have like patches like Stuart.
Yeah.
Stuart has like
Funny weird
werewolf
patches.
like werewolf patches.
But I think it's because one time I shaved a part of it. Like I went down like further. I was trimming the neck, and then I went down too far.
And then you-
like Dad always
you
said,
had to keep going?
Yes, like Dad always said. You know, like once you shave, you can't stop shaving. And so like our dad, when I have dark hair, so I had like a little bit of a mustache when I was like 13, 14.
dude, younger than
Maybe
that.
11 or
Maybe
12.
four.
Maybe 11.
4 or 5.
9,
So-
10.
But I remember he would not let me shave because he said, once you start shaving, you have to shave for the rest
Grows
of your
back-
life, and
grows
you're not
back
ready for
thicker.
that. So
Is
I
that
had
a
to-
myth, by the way? Does it grow back thicker after you start shaving?
Apparently,
Yeah.
it's a myth,
I
and
think it's a
apparently,
myth.
just as you get older, your
Grows
hair changes
more.
or whatever.
But then,
Yeah.
like, Stuart had shaved that mustache, and then a week later, he had a full beard.
No.
So I think it's not a myth.
No, but what's crazy is that I had to lie to him. So I stayed at their house. My parents divorced, different moms, brother from another mother. So I went to my dad's, and I was looking at the mustaches like a 13-year-old, and I'm like, man, my dad has a razor right there, dude. Should I just go for it?
It was all tempting.
And then so I had to lie. I had to put the cover on the razors. Back whenever razors had those like covers, plastic covers, and I put shaving cream on, and I pretended that I was shaving, but I forgot to put that.
Oh, that's what you were gonna
The
say.
cut- that's what I told
got
him.
you.
So I showed up to
Oh.
him, and I only shaved this one part. I'm like, Dad, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. I was pretending to shave in
You
your
thought
mirror.
the plastic was on?
And he's like, you know how Dad does. He's like,
He's like, here's a
so
pocket knife.
disappointed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Here's a
Use
pocket
this
knife.
from now on,
Well,
son.
welcome to the rest of your life, is what he said. Good luck.
Yeah, that's
And-
what my mom
and I
said
was
about
like,
my
yes.
legs, and I think that was a way to
Yes.
not let me grow
Right.
up super fun. But where I grew up, all the girls were shaving their legs and wearing makeup, except for me. So I got made fun of for
Right.
not
And you
being
felt
able
like
to shave
you
my
wanted, you
legs.
had to do it because you were you were the only one
I was
that
being
wasn't.
bullied about it.
Yeah.
Like, and back then it was like, well, toughen up. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And look, here I am still upset about it, Mom, after all these years.
Dude,
And now
Well,
I'm
and
like, I
dude-
hate shaving my legs. Why did I want to do it in the
Right.
first place?
dude, and like young kids like that are brutal, dude.
Yeah.
They'll freaking call out everything.
Especially girls. I think like we have a sister, and I remember it's way different with girls than it is with guys.
Yeah.
Girls are brutal.
What's y'all's age difference?
10 years.
10.
Really?
10.
You got either one of you looks old or one of you looks young.
We always want to know the answer to this question.
Oh.
Does he look young or do I look old?
You both look right. You met
Right in
in
the
the middle.
Right in the middle. Yeah. You both look great.
Stuart loves it whenever like people say,
People think
"Oh,
we're
you guys look
twins."
like,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yes, dude."
Of course I do.
because he's 10 years older than me. But really, it's because he tries to look at him, dude. He's baby faced today.
It's a new look, man. I went for years without shaving, and the reason why I hated shaving for so long is because
you went years without.
Because I filmed that. I did a movie, and I had to grow out this huge thick beard, and I had never had a beard before. And then the movie wrapped,
about that movie.
And I was like, cool, I'm gonna shave. And then I thought I looked so weird because I had a beard for so long that I have never gone cleanly shaven since then.
Interesting. Drew Kennedy's episode, he said his wife won't let him shave because she said something like, no one wants to see that brontosaurus or something. It was very funny.
Really?
Hey, this is Bree Bagwell, and if you want to listen to this podcast early and ad-free, subscribe to my Patreon at www.patreon.com/Bree Bagwell.
Are you ready to take your merchandise to the next level? Well, just ask me who I use, and that is CH Lone Star Promo. They specialize in screen printing and direct-to-garment, embroidery, laser engraving, anything promo related, they can do it. Step up your merch game now with CH Lone Star Promo and tell them Bree and Whiskey sent you.
But wait, movie? Because I knew you did the theater thing. I remember seeing you do the Buddy Holly thing.
Oh, we did shave for that
We
too.
shaved for the Buddy Holly thing, yeah.
You both did that.
We both did that.
I
That was
totally
cool.
forgot that y'all did that.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it at all?
I kind of forget sometimes too that we did that. That was
Was it fun or was it
13 years.
hard or was it
Dude, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
really?
Yeah.
It was hard. It's the Buddy Holly
harder
story.
Yeah,
for
tell
him.
everyone what it is.
It's the Buddy Holly story. So I played Buddy. Garrett played a cricket. And yeah, it was weird because, I just randomly had an former agent of mine, reach out, and he's like, "Hey, I don't know if you're still acting or not, but I got an opportunity that you might be into." And this is when I had first moved to New Braunfels. I had super long hair.
I remember the long hair.
Yeah, long hair.
Great hair.
And this guy says, he goes, "Are you familiar with Buddy Holly?" And I'm like, "Of course I'm familiar with Buddy Holly. Like, I love Buddy Holly." He goes, "What do you think about auditioning for Buddy Holly tomorrow?" I'm like, "Oh my God." I had like a beard, long hair. So I shaved, I took a pair of sunglasses, like thick rim sunglasses, and I popped out the lenses of the sunglasses
Right.
and I put them on and I pulled my hair back and I filmed myself. And I got the call. So he's like, "All right, you need to be here tomorrow. You need to know 3 Buddy Holly songs." And I was like, "All right, I'm there." So then I did it, and the guy's like, "Wow, we're gonna bring you back for a second audition. Do you know anybody, any players?" Because the idea for the Buddy Holly story is they call it a jukebox musical.
Right.
So you're actually playing live all the songs, full band.
Ugh.
And immediately I'm like, well, that'd be awesome if my brother could be a part of it. So yeah, it was killer. I mean, it was a lot of work,
Dude,
memorizing
of
that
all
many
the guys-
lines, different kind of, so weird.
Of all
What
the
were you gonna
guys
say?
because there's like a bunch, there's multiple like Buddy Holly stories or different versions of this, and I think Stewart is the one that looks the most like. But dude, because before the shows, he used to do
They had to curl my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not-
I saw the picture today and I was like, oh my gosh, you really do.
He looked a lot like.
That's
Buddy,
incredible.
dude, yeah.
It was weird.
That's fun. Well, how long did it run? Like what was the schedule?
We did. It was only
Like a
going
month
to
and
be
a
like a
half?
month or 2 months, and then we wound up selling all the shows out, and so we wound up doing it for like 3 or 4 months. So it was a long time.
How many shows though?
Oh, we
was
played
like-
2 a day?
2 per weekend, like
Yeah.
Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays, 2 a day.
Yeah,
I think
Every
is what
weekend.
it was.
Wow, that's
every
a lot.
weekend. Yeah.
It was kind of but it was a cool. It was
Super
it was
rewarding.
Different. It was very different.
It's the same thing every time, which I
Yes.
love. Like I thrive off of that. My guys know that. I don't want to change tempos. I don't want to change transitions.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I want everyone to show up and play the same thing.
Right.
I think I would have loved that.
And with like a few, it's like the same thing every time with a few maybe like improvisations like throughout which are also fun because you can kind of just do it in a little bit different way. But for the most part, it's like exactly when
Yeah.
this is gonna happen, or like tempos and everything.
Well, it's weird
Yeah.
though. Like for that though, that it's like for our stage shows, for band shows, you're able to be yourself. But
Right.
when you're playing, you're portraying Buddy Holly, a Texas like legend, icon, rock and roll pioneer. You like there was pressure for sure. Like okay, I don't take on any role that I'm not gonna like dive into it. So I like studied every interview, listened to every recording. And I was blown away. I had no idea like how diverse of an artist he was or singer, and how good of a guitar player he was. Far
he
better
was
than I could
insane.
ever attempt to be. But that pressure was there every night, and it's funny because early on I was going through like a 5-hour energy phase, and I couldn't remember my lines as well. So I was like, "Whoa, something's weird." So I tried. I drank a Red Bull like one show, and I was like spot on. So I had to figure out when I drank a Red Bull, not drink 5 hour. Make sure it was crazy.
That is interesting how your brain works too, because I feel like when I'm dead sober is when I mess up. Everything.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
I can't think of words, or I can't.
Yeah.
Kind of like overthink whenever you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way. Yeah.
Not that this podcast is about me, but.
Yeah, but we like to know things about you.
Yeah.
too.
What you got? Come on.
We like to know
Come on.
things
What
about
you got? Come on.
Prepare to be amazed by this story. One time I was playing golf with Jody Booth, and this cricket landed on my beer can, and it went on my beer can for 9 holes of golf until we went into the clubhouse, and it just sat there, and I named it Buddy Holly or whatever. and so I would go put it in the cup holder, and it would sit there, and I'd go like hit the ball, and then I go back and pick it up, and it would still be there.
Never
and we
left.
have videos of it or whatever. And so we get back to the clubhouse, and I was like, "It's Buddy Holly, whatever." And then Jody Booth goes, "Bree, I've been waiting. That is a grasshopper."
He didn't want to let you down. Yeah.
But he knew where my brain was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It looks close enough.
No, I'm with you. Though,
They
like
look
for
close
me,
enough together.
songwriting wise, I like writing. Writing sober to me is weird. Or if I know I'm gonna write like the next day,
Writing sober is
I'll
weird,
I'll
dude.
drink a little bit like the night before, because your brain's I'm more relaxed.
yeah.
Well,
I'm
and,
much
like,
more loose. Like
sometimes creativity is flowing like super hard whenever you're like a little hungover. Or,
right.
And it just kind of comes out like that.
She's looking
Not
at
on camera, Whiskey.
Nice.
Whiskey,
Save
that
that
is
for later.
the
Save it-
paid audience.
Save her for later.
That's for the OnlyFans.
Or zoom in. Or zoom in.
Depends on what
That's
level of
that's
paid.
for the OnlyFans people
You're
that
in here.
thought the name was OnlyFans. And
Yeah.
not OnlyFans.
Which Sundance had posted. I'm doing an OnlyFans with Brady.
Dude,
Like
I
he
saw-
posted
Oh
it.
my
It was like on. I
gosh.
saw that post because he said it was like on his timeline or like on his. This is my schedule, and it said like 10:30 OnlyFans with Bree Bagwell.
I don't know.
Which is insane if you've never. If you don't know
what that is.
Yeah.
I know. It's so funny. But thanks. And then this morning, this is how crazy my life is. I had a crazy road weekend last weekend. I was just doing so much driving that I like popped my leg out of place. So I've been in the chiropractor for 2 days. I couldn't walk. But this morning, so I'm talking to Kyle and I go, "Oh my gosh, the RV's in the shop.
What are we gonna do?
What are we going to do?" So we're in my living room. Sorry. But there is an OnlyFans guitar in here that was gifted to me by Scott at Graphic Guitar, which is super nice.
Love them.
But it might have been tight on the couch, us three together.
Yeah, all three.
That's something. Like,
Yeah.
in
But
the
sometimes
RV.
that's good. Sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah. So back to the record.
Good thing or awkward.
Back to the record.
Yeah.
I know. I thought that you guys were leaving me a space
Right here,
Like
this
right
little.
here.
right
I propped
between
it up because you can be as tall as us.
Bree, Whiskey,
you guys
Whiskey's
put a
waiting,
blanket
Bree.
there.
Whiskey is waiting for you.
Yeah, she is. That's a good girl.
Mama.
Okay, but I do want to talk about it because I had so much driving time and I got to listen to your record, and then I realized I didn't share it, which I meant to do and I'm going to do today. But it's so great. And
you.
if you whatever you want to share about the writing or the recording of it, that's really not what we do here. But I personally want to know.
For sure. What you got? Take it.
I mean, well, it was a cool process. We kind of for this record we kind of wanted to do like more of a rock and roll thing, and not there's some country influence in there, as I think there will always be. But yeah, we were like, man, let's just not care this time and just do. Let's write the songs however they come out and not worry about, oh, are people gonna like this or this genre or this or that. And so, which we've always kind of had that aspect. We've always kind of been like, screw it, dude, this is a rock and roll song, so let's just do it that way. But we were very conscious of that for this record. And yeah, we wrote some cool rock and roll songs.
Yeah, it's not. The pandemic for us was like a reset. Where there are no pressures anymore because we couldn't go play shows.
Mm-hmm.
So then you get rid of, you lose your team. We don't have a publicist anymore. We don't have a label. We don't have management. So none of the above, and you go into the next phase, which is making another record. And it was really nice to not have to think about radio or where we fit. Is this going to fit the Americana chart or the Texas chart or AAA chart or whatever? Or let's make sure that it's under 3.5 minutes or whatever. And it's kind of funny, though, because we say that.
Because we ended up doing that anyway.
We ended up doing that, but that's just become human. That's just our nature now.
Yeah.
You unintentionally now write songs that are under 3.5 minutes just because that's just what you get used to doing. Yeah. But it was really cool from a production standpoint to be able to just try whatever we wanted to do.
And
And
we
I
always,
think, sorry,
we
what?
always want, even though we weren't, making sure that it has to be under 3, we're like, well, maybe we want this one on the radio still, so let's make sure that it's around there so we can, because it's not like we don't want our stuff to be put on the radio.
Yeah, I feel like for me, from a writing perspective, for the first time ever, really, I intentionally tried to not lean on any country influence. And country is my first love of music. Our grandpas, they listen to AM radio, like in the truck. That's all we listened to growing up. And so to intentionally do that and try purposely to not have any country influence was kind of difficult, but it was like a songwriting exercise. It was like, okay, let's today we're going to try to, I'm going to go in this direction, which is completely different than I would normally take a song. And this record, as we've grown older in the band, we've been together long enough now to where
27 years,
really collaborative, efforts, the way that we write now. I have an idea, either I finish the whole song or I go to Garrett, or he has an idea and he's like, hey, I need some lyrics, or what are you thinking about this, or where should I go to a bridge? And even though we don't write all the time or we don't play all the time, it's just become, I guess, much more easy and comfortable. Nothing's forced. And I feel like that we're very productive now when we get together and write, which is hardly ever. But he would come over to my house and we just bang around, and it would, whereas in the years past, I feel like as personally, and I've never said this, but we're super
Don't
competitive.
say it, dude.
We're
Don't
athletes,
say it.
right? We're athletes growing up. So we're super competitive with everything we do with each other. And I feel like when we were younger in the band, everything was a competition. Who could write what? Who did this? If I could write the whole song without having to involve Garrett, that makes me cooler or whatever. And it's not true.
I never felt that way.
Liar. Nah, you're like, but I think that
to an extent,
as we've gotten older, it's more like, let's utilize both of our skill sets to the best that we can. And I feel like that. I think we captured that pretty good on this record.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. And honestly, like you said, whenever we got together for this record, we were able to pump out the stuff pretty quickly. It was like I don't think we ever just got completely stuck
right
on a part or anything. It just kind of flowed out pretty easily. Which in the past, like he's saying, it was kind of difficult. And yeah, when we were younger, dude, we were just assholes to each other. We were terrible.
Tell me some stories.
Can you cuss on this? You can cuss on this podcast?
Oh yeah, we started
should
out.
we try to stay away from cussing?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. My mom listens. I think it's more she doesn't want me to be just dropping the F-bomb left and right unnecessarily.
Sorry, Mama Bagwell, on Garrett's behalf.
I'm fucking sorry.
She's heard
God, you can't go to their house ever. If you thought you were going to go there for Thanksgiving or Christmas one day, no.
We can bleep. Beep.
You've hung out.
If you thought you were going to have a place to stay on the way through New Mexico,
Las Cruces.
Las Cruces.
The
Not
Bagwell
anymore.
Motel.
Not anymore.
No.
I think she respects me even more now.
Oh,
so
God.
that's great.
Jeez.
No, dude, they were just talking about us when we were younger. The time just popped in my head. Whenever there was a moment where Stewart and I mean, there was a little 3-year period where we were bad. We couldn't even be around each other.
It wasn't that bad.
Dude, I mean, I'm saying when we were off the
couldn't
road.
be around each other.
No, when we were off the road, we didn't want to have anything to do with each other. At least I didn't want to have anything.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Is this a couch therapy session, bro? What's up, dude?
I mean, I love you now, but I didn't love you.
Tell me more
Yes,
about how
I
that
know.
makes you feel.
Can you dive into this, please? This is good.
I've been wanting to get this off my chest. No, it wasn't so bad to where we couldn't.
Is that why you showed up late to Christmas all those years? No.
This is why you told me I couldn't come over for Christmas.
That's why you intentionally didn't draw my name in the family drawing.
We're making progress.
But for real though, we would get off the road, or we would get home from a weekend or a run or something, and we would not want to talk to each other at all. We were like, all right, go do your thing. I'm tired of you, really bad. I'm tired of you. I'm so tired of you. You go do your thing.
I literally never felt that way, but that's cool, dude. That's
not true.
That's kind of how I feel about everybody, though.
Yeah.
Even people I like whenever I'm done with a road weekend where we're all crammed in together and it's been loud and there's been so much talking, I crave alone time and silence. So that maybe is
I do too. Just
the
in
worst
general.
from him.
Yeah, it was way worse. Dude, but I will
feel
say
I know we're good based upon the number of Instagram.
Yeah, if we're sending reels.
Posts that you send me reels, and I know we're good. Yeah. Or the tone of
But
them.
we-
That's how I know how you're feeling about me.
Yeah, if it's like about there's like reels
Yeah,
that I send you about like therapy sessions or something.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, what is this?
Yeah, picking on your little brother. Yeah. You know, you're like,
But what
there
was
was-
the time? Yes.
There was one time where our dad had to. We were on the phone, or he had to be the mediator. He had to get on a 3-way call with us and say stuff like, "Now, Stuart,
that was about
now,
you not showering on
now-
the road.
Now, Garrett, did you say that? Now, Stuart, did you guys? Y'all need to." I mean, he was like literally.
Yeah, I remember
we were
that.
like little kids again, and because we were acting like little kids.
Yeah, I remember that. Sorry, Dad.
There were a couple like
Love you, Dad.
there was like thanks, Dad. There was like one or two. I think there was maybe 2 times we got in a like actual physical like in a fist fight, but we were good about not doing that. One time Stuart accidentally knocked me out whenever.
What?
I talked about that last week randomly. I don't know why. But
Yeah,
we were
we
wearing boxing. I was wearing boxing gloves. We were in Houston.
Got done with the show, hammered.
Yeah. We were hammering
drunk.
away at someone's house. We were helping them build something. Mama Bagwell.
We were not hammered drunk.
Hammering.
Hammering. We were
hammered
hammering.
on
Got
live.
it. Love it.
But yeah, we were like shadow boxing. I had boxing gloves on randomly. The guy's house that we stayed at, Dan Rock, a longtime friend of ours, he had boxing gloves.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I didn't even have any boxing. I think you were just hitting me.
No, I didn't hit anyone. I just accidentally. I think you moved your chin a little bit towards
I
me.
moved it too far forward. Yeah,
You know how you always do that?
yeah, I do that a lot. Yeah.
And you knocked him.
And I cold knocked him out.
Oh no.
And he immediately started snoring, and I started crying because I felt so bad. And then I called my.
No, you did
Yes,
not, dude.
I swear to God,
You
you
did
guys
not
rock.
cry.
Yes, I did. I'm crying right now thinking about it.
Dude, let it out.
No, I feel so terrible about it. I called Dad. So
Whiskey.
we're there.
Tough out. Stop it.
We're
Sorry.
So I literally call my dad. I'm like,
OnlyFans.
Dad, what are you doing? Garrett, I almost hurt Garrett. He's.
Yeah.
What do you mean you hurt him? I said I accidentally punched him in the face, and he's immediately got knocked out, and he's snoring, and I can't wake him up.
How old was that? Was what? I was
12 years ago, probably. Houston days with
What if
Dan
I was
Rock.
like, I have these boxing gloves and it's time for
Yeah.
Garrett
we
to
would,
put
we
them
would do it.
on?
We would do it right now.
Yeah.
That would be a good OnlyFans. We're trying to
should have
make
been-
more money with this podcast.
I should have advanced that with you,
Yeah.
and then you could have been like, "Oh, weird,
Oh,
That is a
isn't
good,
this
like-
so
weird.
strange?
What am I sitting on? Oh, it's
Yeah.
boxing gloves."
Like we had Sunshine test out our fire extinguisher because we were talking about that. Why were we talking about that? One of the Shane Smith guys, I think, did
Maybe
in the
because
bus.
they're
or something.
their bus. Maybe was it their bus?
None of yeah.
Because that's what my
Yeah,
mind
their
thought.
bus caught on fire and none
Yeah, I
of
remember
their
that.
fire extinguishers worked.
No way.
That's what happened. None of them worked.
Oh my god.
So,
Wow.
so we tested mine on the RV to just make sure that it worked, and I was like, "This is a good. We need to start OnlyFans for real because I'm trying to make a new record, and we haven't even like really talked about yours, but like it takes so much money
Yeah.
Oh my god.
to make
I
a
know.
record now.
I know.
And
A lot of time, a lot of
everything is
money.
more expensive. Hotels are way more expensive
Right.
now. I just feel like when we met you guys and when we were on the road kind of running and crossing paths,
Yeah.
it was maybe 2010, 11
Yeah.
or whatever. And that was so much fun and it just feels like it was so much easier.
Yeah.
Do you feel
for
that
sure.
way?
100%. It's different. It's feels different now. I mean, we're not on the road as much as like you are now, but it things feel different, and like going out of town and playing shows feels way different than it used to. I don't know if it's like a COVID separated or something. It's like a different lifetime.
Well, I mean, it's, there's ebbs and flows, I think, to the industry, and it's like the economy plays a role in it. So like, and then now you have these artists that are popular, like wildly successful, that charge so much for shows that when a smaller level band comes through, they've already exhausted like their year's worth of money they
Right.
save up to go to concerts.
Right.
And now they're like, well, I would love to go see Statesboro, but I just dropped $1,500 at Taylor Swift or Zach Bryan or.
That's
right,
exactly what I said. Like,
Yeah.
or they'll go to watch a big
Yes,
concert. We're going to
yes.
Vegas,
Right.
And we're not spending money at our local honky tonk
Right.
every Friday or whatever. Because we used to play. When you go through Lubbock, you'd play. I remember we played The Office together. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Remember that show?
I remember that exact show
I
actually.
remember that show too. That was fun. Well, I don't want to like take up too much of your time, but who wrote the "Hanging Around" melody? Come on, with your
You like
vocals
it?
on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
Stuart's melody.
I went out.
I was
have a-
about to do it, but I was gonna fail.
Go for it.
No. But it's great. It's so good.
Thank you. No,
Dude, sing it a cappella.
I had, yeah. No, I'm good. No,
Start at the beginning.
Now for that song, I remember I was trying to write from a rock and roll perspective and not have a country influence. So I intentionally was trying to write on an electric guitar versus an acoustic guitar.
Fun.
So I have a Airbnb property that's out in Hondo. That's on 30 acres. It's awesome.
That's where the truck came from.
Yeah, and so I go out there and I load up my truck and I go out there and I took my amp and my electric guitars. So I convert shipping containers, and so I'm in this shipping container and I'm just banging around on a guitar, and I come up with the initial idea of that melody.
First it was he like banging around because he was banging around, but then he changed it to hanging around.
Yeah.
Because
it was originally
Don't say it, dude.
Huh?
Don't upset Miss Bagwell.
No, sorry.
Don't upset
Mama Bagwell. So I was trying to get a sponsorship with a strip club. No, I'm just kidding. Banging around. It was going to be a hit.
I love it. Well, that's awesome. Can we get a shipping container for our property? I really want one.
For sure.
With the air conditioner in it?
Oh, yeah. Mini
You
splits.
can help us do that?
Oh, yeah.
That's actually why you're on this podcast.
I think
the
so.
only reason
Yeah.
I was
I've
really
seen
need
that.
No,
I
I
want
didn't
you
know
to do
that
that.
about. I mean, I knew you had properties, but I didn't know that was
All
the specific
both
thing.
of my properties, Fredericksburg and Hondo, are both converted shipping containers.
Really?
And they're awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, you have to go, so I want to finish
I do.
this with Garrett.
I do.
But great shirt,
Thank you.
great hat.
My Wayabetta,
Yeah.
my Corpus. We have different moms.
know
I grew
I
up in
had
Corpus, so I
Two Corpus
got to
on
represent.
here today. I know
Really?
it looks good. Well, Steve Trevino's from Corpus.
Yeah, I knew that.
Ish.
Yeah, true.
But I know. Well, you're really one of my favorite singer-songwriters. And
Thank you.
listen to that record. You got to listen to the new self-titled Statesboro Revue, revue.com, for all the info. You guys are hitting some dates. I saw you're going to Fifi's and Dosido. And
We are.
not sure when this is going to air, but the Double D in Bluffdale.
Yeah.
Great
Is it
venue.
cool?
It's so good. You're
Awesome.
going to love it. So
Cool.
check out all their tour dates. And I had so much more to ask you about, so I guess we're just going to have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we could do
We
that.
gotta do a part 2.
I loved our softball talk, so maybe
That was my favorite
here's
part.
what we'll do another softball, like non-competitive league.
There we go.
And then another podcast.
What if we bring the team in and we're wearing our Dirty Baggers jerseys and we talk about
and everybody needs to stretch
Yeah,
because
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
are all old
Oh
and
my
everyone
God.
was like
Everyone got
dying.
hurt.
That is
Everyone
true.
got hurt.
Everyone got hurt.
That's so true.
Unbelievable.
We had to like cancel, like some people like literally like the season was out.
Dude, we forfeited like
I
3 or
know.
4 games because of
Injuries because
Too
old,
many people had
old
injuries.
men like musician injuries. We're not active. Like you're far more active than any of the guys on the team were, and they were pulling
you might have
muscles.
been
They're like,
you might have been better than like
why
half
weren't
the
you on the team? Was
Because
it
I've
not
never sung
co-ed?
about in my life
So
until I did the Cody Jinks softball tournament.
Okay.
And then I was so excited that I hit the ball that I ran because I was like, oh, and everyone's like, run. I'm like, wow, good for me. I missed first base, and so I had to turn around and I dove backwards into first base. And there's
Dude,
like a picture
I
of me.
remember. I think you showed me. I think I asked you this whenever we had it, and I think you like showed me either the picture or the video or something of it.
I never got into that, and I only wear these clothes hoping I work out, not because I actually am going to work
because
out.
you do.
Extra motivation.
Yeah, I'm like maybe today's the day. Thank you guys so much. Go
Thank
teach
you.
your kiddos,
I will.
and go check them out. That was so fun. Thanks for being here. We'll do it again.
Yes,
Thanks for having
that
us.
was
Love you,
fun.
girl.
Aw,